Receiving schools, here is a reference for today's lesson. The strand, substrand, outcome, topic, materials, and your reference.
Right, good morning 8Cs, receiving school students and teachers.
Good morning, Miss Firma.
Okay, thank you. You may sit down. All right, I want everyone to look up here. Hands up if you are sad this morning. Hands up if you are sad this morning. You're unhappy. Come on, hands up. All right, receiving students, if you are sad. All right, hands down. Okay, I want you to give me that sad face or unhappy face. Receiving students, can you give me that sad face or unhappy face? Quickly, I want to see it from you. I want to see those unhappy faces. Oh, some of you are smiling. Hello, you should be sad. Okay. Give me an angry look or very serious look. As if any minute you're just going to punch someone on the nose or punch your friend on the nose. Receiving students, give me an angry look. Hey, I said give it to me. I want to see those angry looks. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, now I want you to give me a smiling face. I want you all to smile at me and show your white teeth. Okay, receiving students. That's good. Okay, thank you. All right, enough of that. Okay, today's topic, class. All right, remember that we're still on trade, okay? We're still on trade. And in our previous lesson, we looked at the history of trade, trade within PNG. And now we're going to look at this trade, still on trade, visible trade. Quickly get this topic down. Okay. Okay, 8Cs. Okay, class, can I have you to read, please? Trade consists
of manufactured goods and raw materials.
All right, again, these are
visible trade and can be seen arriving and leaving our country as the wharves and
airports. All right, visible trade. Okay, visible trade, it says visible trade are items, okay, or goods that can be seen arriving and leaving a country at the wharves and airports. Okay, I'll give you one example of an visible trade, Okay, for example, coffee, coffee or cocoa being exported or sent out to other countries like Germany or other parts of Europe, right? So that's an example of visible trade. It can be seen leaving the wharf, okay, in containers, or it's shipped to other countries. Okay, another example of visible trade. example of raw materials like cocoa. What else? Okay, anything that can be seen, okay, that can be seen leaving our country. Okay, that's an example of visible trade. All right. Okay, have you got that definition down? Yes. So I've given you that example of a visible trade. Okay, coffee, all right, exported to other countries. Okay, it's being seen exported out of our country. Okay, visible trade. All right. The other type, all right, invisible trade or invisible items. Okay, trade also consists of invisible items such as tourism, okay, banking, insurance services, consultancy fees. Okay, I'll give you one example of an invisible item. Okay, let's say Japanese tourists. Okay, they pay for a holiday here in Medang province. Okay, all right, they are putting money, yeah, all right, they're putting money, okay, into our country. They're coming over for holiday in our country. All right, so that's one example of an invisible item or invisible trade. Okay, tourism. All right, did you get those two examples? Visible trade, anything that can be seen leaving our country or coming into our country. An example of visible trade, coffee or cocoa being exported. All right, goods being exported in containers out. Okay, invisible trade or invisible items such as tourism, okay, banking, like what I said, tourists coming into our country for holiday, all right, or sightseeing, etc. Okay. Class read, please. Trade means
Exports and imports. Imports result in money leaving PNG and exports result in money
coming into PNG. Okay, so trade is all about export and import. Okay, exports and imports. Again, imports, all right, results in money leaving PNG. Okay, money leaving our country. Exports result in money coming into, okay, as we receiving money, yeah. So like we export cocoa or we export coffee, we get money, all right. We import manufactured goods such as cars from Japan, we give money, yeah, okay. All right, you finished? Okay, activity 1, HCs and receiving students. I'll just give you 2 minutes for this activity. Okay, I mentioned earlier that trade consists of manufactured goods and raw materials, okay? All right, activity 1. What are manufactured goods? Okay. A. What are manufactured goods? B. What are raw materials? Okay. Manufactured goods. I don't know what are manufactured goods. You know. All right. Receiving students. Get the definition of manufactured goods, and then you just draw one simple example of a manufactured good. Okay. B. What are raw materials? Get the definition of raw materials and draw one simple example of a raw material. That's activity 1. So 2 minutes, please, HCs and receiving students. And then we'll move on to activity 2. Okay, I'm sure you've manufactured goods and raw materials, primary, secondary products. Maybe you've looked at this in your commerce lesson, grade 8. Once you get the definition, just draw a simple picture, okay, of an example of a manufactured good, an example of a raw material. You forgot. Okay, come up with a simple definition of these terms here, manufactured goods. Yeah? You haven't? Oh, you're still thinking. Come on, Andrew and Michael. Manufactured goods, okay? I'll give you an example like what? Finish. True. Where? Anderson, please look at your writing. It's not.
Guys.
Okay, 8Cs and receiving students, can we correct our activity? Because I said 2 minutes, because we're going to move on to our next activity, activity 2. All right, manufactured goods. What are manufactured goods? Receiving students, what are manufactured goods? Okay, 8Cs. What are manufactured goods? Okay, Paulus. Thank you.
Manufactured goods are products or goods manufactured or made in a large factories.
Okay, in large factories, yes, very good. Any other answers? Okay, Eunice.
Manufactured goods are goods that are processed and packed in factories. These goods are made from raw materials.
Okay, very good. Manufactured goods, okay, have been processed in factories and also they've been made out of raw materials, yes. Okay. What did we say? Or you can also say yeah. Oh, sorry. Or you can say all your answers to manufactured goods are correct. Everyone look up here. Hey, Michael, group 1, you are still talking. Are you concentrating or you're busy talking and laughing? All right, manufactured goods, products that have been changed, okay, from raw materials to another usable form, okay? For example, tin fish. Tin fish, okay, out of fish, and then it is processed, like what Eunice said, processed in factories. All right, tin fish. What else? Timber, okay. Timber has been processed from trees. Those are examples of manufactured goods. Okay, or TV, those are TV, cars, clothing, they're all manufactured goods. All right, raw materials. What are raw materials? So your picture, sorry, you should have an example of a tin fish or a car or what? TV, an example of manufactured goods. Okay, raw materials, class 8Cs, receiving students, what are raw materials? Come on, Daphne, thank you. The mic, please.
Raw materials are primary products. They are goods that have not been manufactured or processed.
Okay, very good. You agree with Daphne or your answer similar to Daphne's? Yes. Okay, raw materials are sometimes primary products. Okay, they come out of the ground or they are grown on the ground. Okay, and they have not been processed or they have not been changed. They are raw. Raw materials such as cocoa beans, coffee. Okay, they have coffee beans. They are examples of raw materials. And you should have drawn an example of that. Coffee beans, cocoa, trees. Okay. All right, quickly, 8Cs and receiving students. Activity number 2. All right, class, can you read this instruction, please? Study the following examples.
Study the following examples of international trade and then decide whether each is an import
On export, visible or invisible. Okay, I'll give you one example here. An example of a visible export is an Australian company buying Goroka coffee, okay? Goroka coffee, all right, is being transported or shipped, okay, to Leh, all right, by what? Is it by ship to Leh? Goroka? No. Okay, by truck or land transport. And then from Leh, the wharf, the main wharf in Leh, it is shipped to Australia, okay? So that's an example of a visible export. So each of these examples, you're going to say whether it's invisible export or visible export, all right? All right, A and B. Quickly, you can just write your answers. Receiving students, please. You state From each of these examples, state whether it is invisible, is it an export, or is it visible, or import. Beside it, you write. I've given you the example already, like an Australian company buying Goroka coffee. That's an example of visible export. Okay, A. Okay, you write whether it's visible export or is it an import, invisible import. Okay, you look at those examples and you state. Okay, I said you can just write your answers. Okay, no need for you to write the statements. Okay, A. Example A. What's that? Yeah, what is it? Is it an export or an import? Is it visible or invisible? A West German electrical company buys copper concentrate from Octedi Mining. What is it? Class, receiving students? It's a visible export, okay? Visible export. It can be seen leaving the country, okay? Copper concentrate. All right, B. A Swiss businessman travels to Port Moresby from Singapore by Air New Guinea. Okay, yes? Is it invisible? Is it visible? Is it an export or is it an import? A businessman travels to Port Moresby by Air New Guinea. Okay, it's invisible, yes. Is it an export or import? Importer. Is money coming into our country or money going out of our country? Money coming into our country. Okay, okay. Hey, listen. Money coming into our country. So what's that? Is that an import or export? Okay, can we have someone to explain clearly, please? Okay, again, hey, listen. A Swiss businessman, okay, he's traveling to Port Moresby, all right, from Singapore by Air Niugini. Air Niugini is Papua New Guinea's airline. We are getting money from this Swiss businessman. So, export results in money coming into our country. So it's an invisible export. Because money is coming into our country, yeah? If it's an import, money is going out of our country, okay? Import results in money going out. We buy cars, okay, in Japan, all right? We buy other manufactured goods, money goes out. Okay, so B is an invisible export, all right? Okay, next one, these three last ones, C, D, and E. Okay, receiving students, C, D, and E. Okay, is it an export, import, is it invisible or visible? A lay firm buys some tin mackerel from Japan. All right, let's go through the answers, HCs and receiving students. All right, letter C, can we have Netizen, can you read that and give us the answer, please?
A lay firm buys some tin mackerel from Japan. Invisible import. Import.
Okay, thank you. It's a visible import. Okay, visible import. We are buying tin mackerel from Japan. Okay, money going out. All right, so it's visible import. Okay, next one, D. American tourists pay for holiday in Medang. Okay, what's that? Is it visible or invisible? Okay, invisible export. Invisible export, money coming into our country. Okay. American tourists pay for a holiday. All right, a holiday in Medang. Okay. Okay, hey, can you listen? What I said, exports, okay, results in money coming into our country, So, maybe there's Medang province, okay? It's a place where tourists come and visit. Okay, so they are bringing money into our country, okay? So that we are selling, Medang, all right? So it's an export, okay? So it's a visible export, okay? Okay, if you don't understand, please put your hands up and I want you to sit up straight and listen. If you listen, you are going to understand. If you don't listen, you will never understand. Okay, I think some of you are confused because you're only thinking of goods going out. Okay, goods that go out result in money coming into our country. Is that correct?
Yes.
Goods that go out result in money coming into our country. So we are selling Papua New Guinea or we are selling things, okay? We receive money. That's export. Like coffee, cocoa. We export these products. We export and we receive the money. Okay? Overseas, they give us money. That's export. Okay? Results in that. Export. Money coming into our country. Okay, import. Hey, Teddy, you listen so you'll understand. Okay, import. Money goes out of our country. Money goes out of our country, import. You understand? Money goes out of our country because we purchase or we import things, okay, from overseas. We spend money, okay? We buy cars or we buy manufactured goods. That's imports results in that we sending money. So D, American tourists pay for holiday in Medang. That's an example of it's invisible, but it's an export, okay? It's an export, money, all right? These people are paying us money to visit Medang. Simple as that. Okay, E, the cost of running the Papua New Guinea High Commission in London. That's an invisible import, okay? We send money, okay, to run the PNG High Commission in London. Okay? HCs and receiving students, I hope you are listening to me. Okay, can we have everyone sitting up straight, please? And look up here to the front. Okay. So we said visible trade. Okay, visible trade. What did we say visible trade were or was? Visible trade, okay, anything or goods leaving our country, anything that can be seen, any goods that can be seen leaving our country or arriving in our country, okay, invisible items, all right, things, okay, items such as tourism, okay, banking, business, services, those are examples of invisible trade or invisible items. All right. HCs and receiving students, please, if you're not sure, can you come and see me after this lesson, okay, with this topic? Receiving students, if you are not sure, please ask your teachers so they can help you. All right. Right, that brings us to the end of our lesson. And our key phrase for today's lesson is visible trade. Okay, good morning, HC and receiving students, and thank you for listening.
Teachers, here is your reference for the next lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, the topic, materials, and your reference.